Of the rising sun, we love and cherish, beloved home of our brave heroes. Our lives, oh, we shall perish, we shall protect us from harm's but the price is death for all we hold it. Then let us die without a shred of fear. Hail to Biafra, once the great nation. Oh, fatherland, this be our solemn pledge. Shall be dedication, spilling our blood, we'll count our privilege. The way that which emboldens the free shall always be our flag of peace.
Media International.
Onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye duru ndị ya n'ụzọ ije si ebe niile dị iche iche ma ala Biafra. Anyị na-enye gị otuto, anyị na-enye gị nsọpụrụ, anyị na-enye gị nja n'ihi na ihe gbasara IPOB zuru ụwa niile oke. Onwe ebe ọbụla ị gara ahụ IPOB nwụ ụmụnne n'ime nzọpụta na nwere onwe Biafra. Anyị ji ofu obi were ịhụnanya were mmekọta nwanne na nwanne wee na-aga ije. Ihe na-asị na ọ bụghị mmadụ dị ndụ mana ọ bụ isi obi abịa. Anyị na-asị na Biafra ka kapịta njem anyị.
Ise
ọrụ bụ ndụ mere ndụ azụ. Nwa mmadụ ekwere nwa mmadụ ha anyị na-ekwu. Ọ ga-adịrị Biafra na mma.
Ise
ihe Chineke nna nke pụrụ ime onye obi ya nwa na onwe ya kere anyanwụ ka anyị na-edewa n'ime mmụọ na eziokwu. Sozi nwere onwe Biafra.
Anybody I curse is cursed. Once I condemn you, you're finished. Ask the Sabu, those that tried to take over power when I was in prison, because I valued them, thought they were doing what we all swore to do. As soon as I went into prison, they started to connive to take over power. Where are they today? Because I cursed them.
Good evening, fellow comrade and lovers of freedom around the globe. My name's Mazi Umeh. I reside here in United Kingdom as one of the humble servant of indigenous people of Biafra, under the indefatigable leader Onyendu, the supreme leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Here in North London. Good evening from here. And it is 5 minutes on top of the hour, 10 p.m. here in UK, presumably the same time in the Holy Land of Biafra. This is a late night broadcast and it's emergency. And it's a warrant that we come here to lay things to bear on Alpha Power Media. Don't mistake that. This is not Biafra Radio for avoidance of doubt. This platform is not our national platform. This is Alpha Power Media. Although it's affiliated with the national radio, which is Biafra Radio, but it is different for avoidance of doubt, for those who might care to know. But this evening, what have brought me this evening or this emergency is because of the situations on the ground and the things that are making around. Whenever Mazi Umeh kind of utters a word, it becomes automatically a law in our own IPOB. This is for IPOB, and anybody that found himself under Biafra, that old Eastern region is being led by Onyendu Mazi Umeh Kanu, and he didn't force himself to. He was a chosen leader, and he loved by the people, and he has interests of his own people at hand. That is one thing he must take into account. Now, a lot has happened. We know that so many have sold out. But having said that, today a lot of us will be wondering what is going on. Which way do we go? Things fell apart. That was a blunder of two. A man that has given everything for his people to have a better life and have a better generation, an unborn generation. He has hold there for what concerns the people of Biafra at large and the IPOB family, the chosen ones. He has told us over time how he's reiterated to us that a day like this will emerge. And today now we are seeing how the mighties are falling. But I need to say something here, because it's very, very imperative. Whatever we come to do, lay things to bear, we have our evidence with us. Now, this evening, I'm going to go deeply on issues, because yesterday on Biafra Radio, I tabled down the pattern on what have brought us to where we are today. Those men that sold Onyendu, and you can see them pointing from every look and cranny. They cannot hold themselves anymore. They are mentally ill and drenched because the blood of our people are haunting these individuals. Mazi Umeh can say, you shall not kill your own. When you kill your own, Biafra will never come. Today, you ask so many people in different camps. We don't have camps. We have only one command, central command. And that command comes from Onyendu Mazi Umeh, can know any other person. Onyendu walked his way through. He served. Some of you don't know that Mazi Umeh was the former chairman of Africa on the whole Europe. That was one day he made it open. That was the time our internal leader came to UK. He used his own credit card to pay for his hotel. They say, you can go verify it. You must be a servant before you become a boss. And in our tradition, it doesn't just emerge to become a champion without paying price for it. Mazi Umeh Kanu, many of us and myself. That's why when people look at me, they think, where are you? Excuse me. I had only one voice. And our leader is in the SS dungeon. I want to make it categorically clear. Onyendu does not need your effort for him to come out. Our pattern of fighting for freedom is quite different from any other. We initiate things, we don't copy people. For people who does not know what IPOB is all about, we set the agenda. Nobody set agendas for us. Like I said, if you go to school, everything that will refer you to is a case study that what happened on those that has been there. That's physical experience. It is not something a wishful thinking. It must come from somebody that have tested it and the person will tell you what it tastes like. So tonight, I want to make it abundantly clear for those mischievousness, those agents of real provocateurs out there. And I want to say something here for avoidance of doubt. You know, when this whole thing started, we warned the people that we are, hopefully we thought that we are in charge, what they should have done or should do. Lo and behold, they were so concerned about raising funds than to maintain the decorums of IPOB and our chain command of IPOB that you will not turn a blind eye for, because once you turn a blind eye, you bring chaos. And that's what has brought us where we are today. Chike Doziem is singularly responsible for whatever is happening in Biafra land. Have I said that? Imagine if Simon Ekpa we warned from day one. Simon Ekpa was nobody and is nobody so far as I'm concerned. If you think you have fought for Biafra, what you should do, I will suggest tomorrow morning, get a ticket and bought a ticket and fly and landed in the zoo. Then you have to hold the bulls by the horn. Now, I will remind you that Mazi Umeh in 2015, when he was going around the world preaching this gospel, that was a challenge that thrown on him. People tell him, come back home. Even though he has come back home, broadcast from every nook and cranny in Biafra land, we be stereotypes in the Enugu because sometimes I heard you guys making mockery of yourselves. Copying what we have done. We have gone beyond all these shenanigans. Onyendu want to come out from the SS dungeon tonight. All he could do is that what you guys are pressuring him to do is to tell Biafrans that I'm no longer interested, but I'm here to disappoint you that Onyendu is the only person that you must set your eyes upon. He is the golden egg. And he holds that mantra to restore Biafra. If it's not because of that, he wouldn't give up his two parents. It is not a game. It's not a joke. This is something that we have to do with people's life. Our people laid their life from 2015 when Onyendu was, kidnapped first in Lagos, which he knew was going to happen. It was a bet, and the dead Buhari took it, and that was what had brought IPOB in the limelight, and the whole world now notice what we are doing, and we are pushing home. The last thing we want to do is to go into anything prematurely. Biafran people have fought our internal leader before he declared Biafra. It wasn't his personal decision. It was a consensus of the whole entire Eastern region that unilaterally agreed and asked him to declare Biafra because we are about to go into extinction. In this era we are, Mazi Umeh came out and he preached every single one of us. So many of us have things where we are doing. We abandon it and follow the Onyendu because we know. And he said, I need only 100 men before the women kept coming. And he keep on reminding us that our women must join us in a due course, which we're happy today, many of them. And whatever we are going through today, we must pass through this pattern before we get to where we are going. But some people were asking, oh, XYZ does not make any sense. Is there freedom fighting? They're going to have squabbles within and outside. The saboteurs will emerge from every flank. That is struggle for you. Now, my monologue tonight is that those that are threatening Barrister Aloy Ejimakor, I want to remind you one thing. Aloy Ejimakor is a professional barrister and attorney and a special counsel, for that matter, to IPOB and Mazi Umeh worldwide. Onyendu choose him, not you. Now, I need to remind you, because I know our people, Onyendu cried all the time. He said that our people are lame and doza. And I think it's a joke. I believe in God because my name is IKECHUKWU. Onyendu say after calling our name, I must have praised the God itself. So nobody show us who God was. We are the only race that bears direct God's name. We don't have any mediator. We speak to him directly because he's our Father. I want to remind you tonight that some of you have trembled upon your own destiny by trying to mitigate what you know in your lifetime, that people have sold their blood for emergency of Biafra. And it is not about wishful thinking. You can't sit in that. I'm sitting here in my comfort zone in UK. I'm making pronunciation. Before Mazi Umeh embarked on that sort of journey, he prepared for it. Onyendu was arrested in terms of Obasanjo. DSS, nobody knows about it. It was when things were forward, he said it. Obasanjo confessed. It is not with the Mazi Umeh John Wazwike. When he left Wazwike, he made sure that he changed that dimension that brought us where we are today. It is not a joke. And you must have somebody. Mazi Umeh have served politicians. Even Wazwike molested our leader. Women united and Onyendu when he went to do his wedding. This is a prize. 2 parents have died on the cause of Biafra. And I think cockroach can come from anywhere and be giving all that from your bedroom. And I think people will listen to you. I dare you to buy a ticket. Before you emerge, you have a price to pay. Like I remind you, Charles Taylor, before Charles Taylor became a warlord, he left America. Americans asked him, pull him from prison and said, we want you to go and remove Samuel Doe for us, and this is what you must do. They set him as a rebel. He went to Libya. He trained there. From there, he recouped and mobilized his men, come down to Ivory Coast, then march on foot to enter Monrovia. For the Sanko and Co in Sierra Leone, they have their own stories. I told you guys, go and study and stop making mockery of yourself. And advise because what you hear in line is about raising funds. If I don't care who gives you their money, it's entirely up to them. This is one of your agenda when you guys came. What you went is our money and our radio. Now, you know, the breeze has blown and you can see the anus of that fowl. Because you can see how the enemies are springing from all flank, all corners, because the unrest in Biafra land, in the name of your sit at home for Mazi Umeh was where you guys are blossomed. It's a criminality in disguise, and now, you know, Mazi Umeh, I said it over time. I'm not giggled about our leader. I don't need any message from Mazi Umeh because I can connect with Onyendu from on my own personal self, spiritual realm. If you're on that realm, there's none of you I see. None of you. The day I joined IPOB in UK, I told them openly, if it was because of all of you in this room, I wouldn't spend 1 minute there. And I wasn't joking. I wasn't mimicking. It is on record. Everybody knows that. I don't. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna give me? I can't tell you what I have seen. Case study 2015, we know what we did. Man was doing something without ranting and jumping up and down like a mad, insane dogs everywhere. Right? So now, I want to make one thing abundantly clear tonight. China Sanwo-Olu, the faceless idiot, that monk, nobody knows who that mother cunt is. Right? He's the one that initiated everything you see happening in Biafra land. He was the one that has the balls to come to Radio Biafra. He filed Onyendu and announced it at home. Onyendu say suspended 72 hours before they announced that onslaught of Monday ghost stand that have taken 1 million lives in Biafra land. And it's become their trade because China Sanwo-Olu, as soon as Mazi Umeh was kidnapped from Kenya, rendition, the day they found Onyendu was in the zoo, China Sanwo-Olu left Kuwait. Have you heard of Kuwait in their IPOB struggle? The idiot is somewhere in Cotonou. That's Okubo, because all of them are in it together. Stopping there in zoo. We know where you are because you guys are threatening Ejimako. Ejimako is a professional lawyer. And based on the code of conduct in every law, is the universal law, is entitled to do his job. And he must tell anything his client told him to do. That's what he must tell those that have conveyed a message to. A man that is sitting down, leading over 70 million people, is not something he toy with. And his message shall never be allowed to drop on the ground. The former deputy leader did it. And we know that none of you meant well for Mazi Umeh. None of you have tried to send a delegate. None of you have paid a lawyer. You guys are doing fundraising here and there, but you cannot afford to pay a lawyer to go and visit Mazi Umeh 101. And you know this is my own source. You have not done that. And you have the temerity and nerve to question those on the front line, you evil man. You have the nerve, the infantry. He's sitting in your freaking stupid, dumb bedroom and he'll be talking garbage out of your mouth. You're giving all that in Biafra land. Ask who? Who the fuck are you? Who are you? Where did you come from? Simon Epa is on record that George Ume was the person that's supposed to initiate his litigation here in UK, in Europe. It was something I've already done. What stopped me was when I found out they removed Onyendu's name from company's house. And I made it 360 degrees because we want to find out who is the real most within IPOB. And today we can see them. Where is Paul Chike? You cannot hear his voice anymore. It's gone into extinction. The man was sold out. right? And now the initiated sit at home. Chika Paul doesn't question marks Nnamdi is on record. I'll play it here. I only didn't give him reason. Look at a douchewag like Chika doesn't is question marks Nnamdi. A douchewag. And they have seen what have cost. Have cost 1 million lives. Onyendu could decide tomorrow morning and tell DSS, you know what? To hell with all these animals. I'm done. That is what you guys want to hear from him, but it will never happen. Because he's on a course, a journey that Okeke have pointed him to do. And I'm here to disappoint you because this majority of you meant no good for our people, neither Onyendu. But it is evidently right now, the whole world can see it. When Simon Ekpa started, is on record, he said it, even the so-called Finland coordinator goes to meeting, telling Austin Aban what was happening. All Austin Aban told him, go and use this platform to raise fund. Fund is trading. That is what's in your head. Now, Simon had been in stocks. They have tested money he have never seen before. In his lifetime, he have never lived large from his own, strive. Now, people contribute money. Think if you not kind of want to live large or do anything, do you think you know who Mazi Umeh is? Of course not. Because people like us will not. So, tonight, let it be on record that we have never ever pointed finger to Simon Ekpa because Simon Ekpa, so far as I live, is irrelevant. It doesn't have any duty care to IPOB. It can choose to answer any name they wish to, just like they've done. Biafra government in exile, this is the 4th one for the record, is on record. Now, they have got nothing to offer. These are a bunch of retards that some of this gone to IPOB member that is within. They have had issue with themselves. They have they have divided more than 3 within themselves. How do you think you're going to stand when you don't respect the leader? You think our people are dumb? Biafran people are not people you oppose things on. That's why we are different. We are the mother of civilization. For your information, I want to first of all read again. I want to reiterate tonight the job of an attorney to his client, because some of you are, beclouded with a geoforce innuendo and a psychophancy and not unprofessionalism that a geofor have demonstrated. Some of you think is about individual thing. It's not. And the secrets of your job, and you prefer your job and understand what it means. That's code of conduct that guides law. Lawyers in every country and their duty care to their clients. I need you to put that into perspective. It's not a joke. I want to read something to you for avoidance of doubt. Now, I read this yesterday, but I will repeat it again because our people are docile, and so many of them are delusional. So I don't even know the word to use, to be fair. Now, what I want to read here is very simple. I shared this yesterday, and again I want to, because Ejimako has pulled up a lot of this matter. Is not just local matter any longer. This is an international arena. Ejimako is an international lawyer and studying in the US, I think UK here, and Incorruptible as well. And this matter has been incorporated with top. Even the case we have in UK here, every reference that derived from the judges there was out of his own effort. He's doing his work, he's being paid for IPOB. It is not, I don't know how to put it. It is qualified to his job, and he's doing it in his best ability. Now, if any of you understand what, a client should do, a lawyer should do to his client, 1 second. For instance, I need to go back to where I was to get this right. So I'm looking at the solicitors. Okay, what's the lawyer duty to a client? So okay, first standard. Okay, that's fair enough. So I just want to read that paragraph for you guys to see. Provide a proper standard service to client, behave in a way. Is not the one I want? That's not the one I want. I just said one I want. I'm gonna get that and read it. So, what is the solicitor's responsibility? That's it. That's the one here. Okay, now. So you ensure that the service you provide to a client you ensure that the service you provide to client is competent and deliver in a timely manner. You maintain your competence to carry out your roles and keep your professional knowledge and skills up to date. You consider and take account of your client's attributes, needs, and circumstances. Very, very important. Now, Ejimako is simply delivering message Mazi Nnamdi can instruct him to deliver to IPOB worldwide without any antagonizing. But because of so many of you are so drenched, do not understand the meaning of somebody doing his work. Some of you will wake up tomorrow morning and go to your work. Ejimako is doing his work. He don't owe any of you any explanation. His contact and everything he's do is basically with Onyendu, or those IPOB member has been, illegally kidnapped and incarcerated. That is his job. And whatever Onyendu message Onyendu passed to him to give to us, he must give that message without tampering with it. Must be organic. But if you object that message, the only thing you should do, Onyendu is not dead. What should you do? Get your own delegate, send them to DSS Dungeon, and verify that if you are being, doubtful. But before then, you must act upon what you've been told before you can do all of that investigation. That's what they call diligence. Diligence, if you regard your leader, that's number one. Now, all the threats, we've seen the threats that Ejimako has presented, and it goes on. Now, the written note here, like I said, I put it up yesterday. Anybody that is in doubt of this, what you need to do is, but my question is this: why are you in doubt of this note? If you're in doubt of this note, right? So, what happened with Nnamdi Ejiofor's what happened with this? Can we talk about this? What happened with this? Because this suits you, right? This serves your own purpose, right? So you digest this, but you can't digest that piece of paper that Onyendu wrote, with all due respect. The reason why we print all these things is very, very important, because at the end of the day, people will be saying, no, we don't just jump on people. And now, there's something I want to say. It is quite funny that I saw this guy, Simon Ekpa, today in one video. I'm going to play his video today because, Onyendu gave you a very leeway to jump off for your mess you make yourself already. Now, our people, there's one parable, a lizard, one zali for, a single, but I will tell you one thing. As you think you have arrived, there is duty. Before Mazi Nnamdi can become Ohamadike, and he didn't just get the name Supreme Leader by sitting down in his bedroom or his studio in London talking. That work behind it is being tested and tried. That is the reason why he arrived to that particular realm that you see that you ride upon and get to where you are today. If you don't respect it, I don't know where you're going to go. That is why your circles, those people around you, some of them will not tell you truth, but at the end of the day, you have sowed this seed that is going to swallow you in a nutshell. Now, the threat to Ejimako posted this again today, reiterating again. He said, the threat to my life by Terry Wawa and his masters is becoming potent. He now says that he knows my house. Whoever this guy is, I'm not going to question him, because China Sanwo have come to Radio Biafra and threaten specifically Ejimako. This is what he wrote yesterday. So he's part of those people. Any person that exposed to the public any written instruction from Mazi Nnamdi to the public should never be trusted by IPOB worldwide. And says who? Mazi Nnamdi gave him the authorization to do so, because you men have sold out. Did Onyendu mention you idiots in any of his writing? No. He make a reference of the raft between you two and his siblings that told you people that you must not allow, you can't defy the Onyendu. Kanu crime was, Kanu has been around. Even in 2015. Nobody know who he was. It was 2015 Kanu appeared in UK. Ask anybody. Sorry, my mic was, I think, when this thing gone off and my mic shut off. Thank you for letting me know. And so, sorry, I will go back again. Like I said, whenever we have to revisit what has happened on cause of this sit at home, we will remember that Onyendu instructed 72 hours before this evil man initiated this onslaught in Biafra land. So it's on record. So China Sanwo-Olu and his gang of criminals that are now threatening Ejimako, I just want to make it clear to China Sanwo-Olu, Hope Uzodinma is looking for you. Because the reason why you see the both eyes fighting, because you can see Simon Ekpa struggling to speak to Mba. This is what happened between them and Soludo. When Soludo find out that these are jobless idiots, Soludo, have to do away with all of them. So this is a smarter person and outspoken. And he offered a solution to the problem. That is why he have said, Onyendu said, you does not know what the governors are doing. Because if you are communicating with our leader, if you have made effort to communicate with Onyendu, but you're just moving because you want to gather some idiot and doing fundraising. Is it thinking that was going to give you Biafra? He's sitting in your one hotel room and talking like a drunk idiot. Is that what you think that is going to give you Biafra? That's how you're going to fight? Even in one small country called Finland, that is where you think you're going to stay. Now you're telling us not to come to Finland. Right? Can you imagine, when delusionals, when someone is delusional. Now, this is what you tweeted today about palliative. You giving who palliative? Palliative on what? On how many people are you giving palliative? Who is asking for palliative? Palliative, you're talking about on what? They don't force people to sit at home. Sit at home is being civil disobedience we have done over the years. Voluntary from our people, just like as I am in IPOB, nobody forced me. That is the last thing he will do. Because if you do that, like I said, you guys should go and understand what happened in Sierra Leone and Liberia. I keep on hammering on this. Some of you don't know. But you need to go and find out. Some of you are living abroad, sitting under your WhatsApp, typing rubbish, thinking that is a joke on small arm. Now, palliative, you should go give it to your family. Nobody needs your palliative. People will sit at home when they want to sit at home. And sit at home has been cancelled in Biafra land for avoidance of doubt. Everybody must understand that sit at home does not exist in Biafra land. Onyendu have cancelled anything that has to do with sit at home for avoidance of doubt. Do not be deceived by anybody. You must go about your business as it stands from tomorrow. Anybody you see carrying gun, you guys need to attack that person. How many people, how many men have they got? These are common criminals, because we kept quiet for a very long while watching you guys on what you guys are doing. But now, Onyendu have spoken. There's no two ways about it. IPOB never force anybody to sit at home. It must come voluntarily from people. You cannot change the will of the people. You're sitting in Sinan and talking rubbish. Ooh, look, nobody listens to you. That's the fact of life. A few of them there, I don't care how many morons are following you. You guys, at the end of the day, like we said, 2015 will be in this position. But when Mazi Umeh can come out, when you're drunk, just like what happened now. But now we are known who are with Mazi Umeh and who is not, because now we know all of you are double agent. I'm going to prove it tonight. I'm going to show some videos here. But I want to, first of all, I want to say one thing to Cho Ayoba. The reason why I'm putting this thing up here, because this is Simon Ekpa's tweet. And he said, I will not listen to Mazi Umeh from DSS, from hospital or from Nigeria. I will not talk to him on phone, on video call, on television call, or internet call. I want to talk to him 101 in Finland. Now, ask yourself, this guy is a wimp. You know, he didn't say, oh, I will come to the zoo and speak to Onyendu. Your general, you want to fight. Mazi Umeh will come to Finland to speak to you as who? Look at this. Look at one pants here, you know. You know, sometimes people overrate themselves. Look at this animal. One man will come to Finland to see you as who? Because he was opportune to interview Mazi Umeh. Is that what it is? And this idiot, though. Well, as long as I will not hear him with my ears. This is becoming abnormal. Look at this animal. Yeah. Now, I want to say something to this man they call Acho. I want to say something about this man they call Dr. Cho Ayoba. I know that the same man that they interviewed, he got it because what he was doing, he was scavenging. He didn't say it in his letter. Now, what he wrote here is quite disturbing because I saw what he sold dogs wrote about him as well because now I think he's working in collaborative with this guy, but it's none of my business. But one thing I want to sound clear here is that Cho Ayoba, he should be more concerned about your leader being locked up in the Republic of Cameroon. And come back to your own struggle. You guys emerged from you guys was picking from the table, on that table, what we are doing. Because I remember Onyendu, one of your sisters spoke to Onyendu in Scotland, one of his town hall meeting. You guys were still aspiring at Abazona before you guys emerged. Was doing it like the way we were doing it before you guys made a great mistake. 2018, a hosting flag without being prepared. You cannot accept that your people are dying for no reason. There's no school. I watched one video on social media. Kids were walking days to get home because they're not studying. You have refugees living in our own land and they want to advise us. I will advise you to caution yourself. We are not learning from you people. We don't want armed struggle in Biafra land as you guys are doing because you guys don't even know what you guys don't know your ref from your. I'm being honest with you. Because I will tell you at the end of the day, everything's going to end up on the round table and you cannot achieve it because the powers are be until they want it. Go and ask questions. And the way we have chosen, what we have chosen is going to be the same way you guys have chosen. You guys made a great mistake. We don't want to be in your position. We were there before. You guys joined the Republic of Cameroon under referendum before we got in before the so-called independent zoo. You guys joined them, I think about 58 or something, I can't remember. Now you guys, that's the reason why you guys excluded yourself from us. And today we are fighting, you guys are fighting, but do not get yourself involved with something that Onyendu. This is a letter from our leader. You have not sent a delegate to Onyendu. Your own leader was arrested in Nigeria. If you guys were so lucky, you are so strong. You don't know what you're doing. I will advise you to keep off from this issue. Focus on your own illness because your place is on turmoil. You guys are claiming you have 20 men, 100 men giving them arms. That's not how you fight for freedom. Your house is on rest. And he's coming and talking to us. You've got no ground to say that. Sorry. I must have to tell you this openly. Now, Ejimako had a interview today in Arise Television, and it was spot on. He said everything there. I know that so many of them will not like it. I'm not here to, let me say something to you guys. Probably you don't know. Simon Ekpao, Chike Doziemo, all these people are the people that hold the Mazi Umeh in the DSS dungeon. We said this from day one. But now, Onyendu have made it open. It's open. Simon Ekpa does not have anything to get to IPOB. Take it to bank. As we said this from day one. He's opportunist. Onyendu made it in that letter. These are scavengers. And now, even within their own, after they have connived and eat our $747,000 in America, created Umeh account, eat up the money, calling Madam Nenya criminal this at the end of the day. Who is criminal today? It's them, not Madam Nenya. Madam Nenya is standing, which is coming on the Biafra radio tomorrow. Only you send the message, the very straightforward message. If you respect your leader, you happen to his word first before you start making mess of yourself. You have no ground. Even those idiots are giving those hungry people, some of them that are in the bush there, you're giving money. You guys are, if you guys collected money, how much are you giving those in the bush? We don't want small arm struggle in Biafra land. And people must go about their business because this is going to be open war. Open war. In my little think Finland is, all these people that come to Finland that come and make mess of themselves, when people really want to get you, it's not something you're not hidden. So be very, very careful. You cannot call unrest in our land while you're still in Finland with your family. It doesn't work that way. Now they cannot fight from the front. That's the difference. He's saying Nnamdi Kanu should come and speak to you in Finland. As who? Who the heck are you? Moron. As who? Before you talk, you need to bite it a little bit. Now, I want to come back to Ejimako. All your threats. Because if you have something for Ejimako, you could have said it. I saw someone saying if you have Ejimako's nude picture. Ejimako is a professional. That's why all of you are disappointed. And Mazi Umeh, you know, because Ejiofor could not defend himself when he was ranting on him. They have dealings. They have shared money. If Simon ever have anything against Ejimako, let him bring it out tonight. He was the first person that shot the fire for showing their personal message. When Ejimako now pulled this one out, then where he's begging to meet him back, because all of you are scavengers. You want to get to the governors. To threaten the governors, you're going to make their state unrest. Are you mad? All of us can bear arms, you know. Don't fucking threaten people. You were once in military service in which every country do. The whole Europe was like Russia. 18 years you have to go to military service. If that one of the options they gave you in Finland is nothing. You want to join military? It's not even UK here. Is nothing. Do you know how many American soldiers we have? Marines that go in Iraq. They're not talking. Come on, don't come here and make mess of yourself, bro. You need to only to give you a leeway, and that leeway is still there. It's entirely up to you. Because you respond openly to you, and that's why I'm responding to you, and you're gonna get more of this, bro. You're gonna get more of this. We don't just talk; we talk with evidence. Mazi Umeh have spoken. You don't mention Mazi Umeh out of your mouth, and I see one of your video today. But when you threaten our people, that's where you know you're doomed. Because there's nothing you can say anybody with. Only thing you are saying, now you can't mention Mazi Umeh, and see how you order people to sit at home. As who? Who are you? When was the last time you visited your village? As who? You want to restore Biafra under mouth? Audio restoration? Mr. Man, you need to go get a proper soap and take a bath. Chinasa Nworu is the person that started murdering our people, blackmailing them, Chikedoziem and all of them, because we were here. When you don't dance into their tone, they will label you one name or the other, call you a saboteur, this, that, this. And the gullible ones will be clapping hands. The delusionals, men and land, they'll be talking. The same thing happened in Biafra land. All the commanders, when Onyendu was kidnapped and renditioned, Chinasa only wanted to be a boss that he wasn't. Not know how to manage people and coordinate. Very, very important in life. But you want to force everybody. You have the microphone, you blackmail people. In our only platform, that is why Radio Biafra has gone into IPOB archives. That order stand from Onyendu to tomorrow morning, nothing changed. And you can see how things are unfolding. Simon Ekpa has been deceiving himself. Mazi Umeh, I'm disciple, but look at it. You say you cannot listen to Mazi Umeh until he come to see you in Finland. Not you coming to see him. My brother, you're a twat. You know, take it to bank, I tell you, man, you're nothing. Like I said, I can see through you. For one day, have you ever seen me in your platform? Or even if you from day one, all these people that in DOS, all of them were coming to your, but you can check if George, you may go and check. He deleted your first Facebook account. Did I enter IPOB to come and make friends or to know people? What do you want to talk about? I don't know. 10 times that you are. If it's a debate, you come out and tell me what you know about Biafra before you start talking about it. I said we were schooled properly. It's not about talking. I'm not here to play games, you know. When he stepped on that toes, if he cross line, your own is finished. When you are dealing with this DOS, it was different. All these dogs, it was different. But now this is an altar from Onyendu. He died trying to mess around with it. We want to see the ground he's going to use to force it at home on people. And the wrath of hell will ruse. People want to sit at home. He cannot put fear into our land. It's very, very obvious here. You want to speak to him, but obviously you can't get to him. Now, China Sanworu, I will play his voices later, but let me play the two voices here to buttress what I want to say. This is Simon Ekpa today when he was addressing himself, and you look at his body language.
International.
Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans. This is the 30th day of July 2023, and I have come to just make a very short video message to Biafra people in the homeland. I have come to understand from the intel we have that some of the governors have gathered and has paid money to each state to recruit some people to come out tomorrow with some petty businesses and to be used as a sacrifice against Biafra struggle and against Biafra liberation. I want everybody in the southeast part of Biafra to hold their family. We do not want to lose anybody. We do not want Nigeria to kill.
You know, one thing I like is because now he started this garbage without mentioning Mazi Umeh, and he telling people on the southeast, as who? Who are you, Simon Ekpa? As who? Tell us who you are and what you have done. You can't command people from exile. You have not been on the ground. What do you know that happens on the ground? Because you guys are collecting money from people and lying to gullible ones out there. Is that what you want to tell us here? You're giving order to who? To whole which family? Biafra should go out and do their business. There's no sit at home in Biafra land, anywhere in Biafra land. And I'm not in support of those people you're sending. All of them are gonna die because now it's open. Mazi Umeh can have spoken, and you yourself very soon you get hit. Like he's sweating from your ass right now, looking at you. You just talking. You just playing games. No one. The day you for mere fact you disobey Mazi Umeh, your own is finished. You go nowhere, bro. You're not going anywhere. All these gullibles can continue yapping. Once you can have followers, so I don't care who that is vouching for you. But as long as we know what we are doing, you do not exist. Mazi Umeh should come and see in Finland. You were not talking to go and see him if you're an Capone. He's sitting in Finland, hiding in one small country and talking rubbish. You are not ordering anybody under any circumstances. You have no power to do that. No one elected you. You're nobody. If you want to be a rebel, then you will be treated like one. There's so warlords. I said, Chancellor is here in UK. It starts to say somewhere in Hague. Go and ask questions, they will tell you. So stop ranting on your own comfort zone.
Kill you and use you as a sacrifice and as also a propaganda machine against this Biafra struggle that the Biafra people are willingly showing their resilience to leave Nigeria. So if you are watching me today and listen to this,
you speak English without knowing the meaning. If Biafran people are showing New why are you instructing them to sit back home? If Biafran people are showing resilience under your stupid command, why are you soliciting for them to sit back home? IPOB never force anybody. We give order. That's it. Nobody's campaigning for it. You threatening people. Is that how you're going to? We must well stay in the zoo. For me, I'm comfortable in the zoo. You can't threaten people. We want to have our peace. You have to be collective. You have no power to do anything. Consensus. No one give you anything. Some gullible idiots and some criminals in Biafra land, or some of the gullible ones that are abroad that want to be the men engaged, or some of now you guys are sharing money because now you contribute money among yourself, and share the money among yourself and give scum to those back home. You think is that what we want to do in our land? It's not going to happen. The word resilient means you don't need to move a muscle. It must be voluntary from people. Point of correction when you use that word resilient. But I know that you are so down, and looking at you, you are empty. There's nothing in you. You've been riding on a high horse under Mazi Umeh. The Mazi Umeh can make it the world know. UN know. European Union know. We want to see what's going to unfold tomorrow, which is Monday. Biafran people should go about and do their business. And send your criminals out now. We know that you have open war. Cannot hide, bro. You can't do that. It's not possible. You're going to kai.
This message. The warning is going to every family in Biafra land. This is not a joke. Many people have died in this struggle. And if you think that you are the only one that will that we are going to put on the line with the Nigerian government, you will have yourself to blame. What we are trying to say.
Yeah, this is a threat. You're working for Nigerian government. You're not working for Biafrans. You're actually working for the zoo government. You're not working for Biafrans. That's the fact of life. So the way you're speaking tells me that all your emotions and agenda you got is basically on, but because you're double-edged. I'm going to prove it now after you have finished. There's nothing else we are talking about. The basic thing I played is the voice. This is the latest audio he did today. In this audio, he didn't mention Mazi Umeh, but he was threatening Biafrans. But let me allow it because he's concerned our people. He's threatening people. So everybody must take this serious. Simon Ekpa has got no grounds to order any seat at home in Biafra land. It was under the guise of this Mazi Umeh. He wouldn't take order from Mazi Umeh. Why do you care? Do you think Mazi Umeh cannot walk out from DSS dungeon if you want tomorrow? Your effort is faultless. You need to take a chill pill. Very, very important. Now, I want you to finish because finish.
Is that collect the money they give you and live for your family. Do not come out tomorrow. Do not come out the next tomorrow. There will be the one to kill you and blame it on us. And we don't want you to die. If you stay in your house, the Nigerian government will not come there to kill you. We know this plan. They have planned some of.
Why are people staying in the house? You need to tell them the reason why you're calling for sit at home. Tell people why. If you want people to sit at home, you don't have legitimacy to say that. Or even if you meant well, what is your objective of asking people to sit back in their house, which people you don't feed? I saw you tweeting about palliative. Palliative, how much palliative? Our people are people that are giving palliative. Are you this guy? Is this guy normal? Are you okay? I don't think you're normal, to be fair.
Them, you know yourself. If you have collected money from the Nigerian government, you know yourself. Do not come out tomorrow. There will be the one to send people to kill you and blame it on us. So, collect your money and stay at home with your family. We have also been told by these same people that the money given to you and that you're going to come out tomorrow is that if your businesses is destroyed, they are going to replace it.
I would advise anybody that knows this guy very well, Simon Ekpa, you are finished. You see what you're just babbling, you're just making a mess of yourself. You're still playing on the gallery. But the fact remains that you don't have any power whatsoever. 90% of people that are following you was people that were disgruntled in IPOB. Some people say, listen to Simon Ekpa. It's not only you they told to listen to, but they will tell you the one that suits you. But they forgot to tell you what Onyendu told you. You are the only person Mazi Kanu said, Simon Ekpa, do not allow devil to enter inside your head. He knows. Onyendu knows who you are. Like people like me, I never budge. Even when you say, go listen to what am I listening to? Is our leader's command, but I have no need to listen to you. I don't need to listen to you. Because Onyendu was there. What are you saying I want to listen to? That's nothing. Personally. That's the fact. And it has been proven because we don't make mistakes. I know the spirit that is in me. I joined IPOB not because I was convinced. I wasn't sitting by the corner when I had my Naka for 2 years before I joined. I joined the day I had his voice. Tomorrow morning I have not changed. So I will let you go. But there's something that's fascinating thing that happened. Just our people will keep in all this video. Because all this video now, you're doing it into your bedroom and sharing it among your groups, and they will bring it out, put it in your Twitter. It's not gonna go away. This one is not like your former Facebook account is deleted. All this vital video will keep them for you because it's very important. This is a threat to Biafrans. You need to tell people why people should sit at home. As who? Which part of government arms are you there? Are you governing? The person is saying that you're campaigning for told you to go and sit down. That's what I suggest you should do. Okay. And have you asked yourself, why is Ejimako getting these attacks? But one thing I love about this man is that this man is so professional that he doesn't fringe. You know, he did the first after the press release. Onyenu instructed him, he did a press release statement. And when he made a mistake about putting on my head, the so-called talks and the media worms were trying to mimic him that he was under pressure. He wasn't. He went into that Arise particular interview. I'm going to listen to it and I'll break it down to some morons to listen to. I want to finish what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to close this program with. I wanted to close the program in 1 hour, but no, I'm going to have another 30 minutes to close it up. I want you to listen to this guy. Even when this guy wasn't talking, I have never ever for one day pay attention to him. But this was the person that was shouting about what is happening in Biafra land. I heard that the pig in the creek as well now is upset because their business is about to stop. They were people that are causing unrest in Biafra land, including China Saworo and Chikedozian, because now what they're looking for, where they will get money, these are scavengers. Now they recruit people. Onyendu said the ESN was formed out of necessity, and ESN is in the bush. We don't have ESN in our township. Onyendu make it abundantly clear that anybody that is seen in township saying ESN is a criminal. Onyendu made it clear before China Saworo started threatening people, build the so-called death squad, the cadet ones. He said we're going to arresting people. All these things was the criminals that he recruited. Hope Uzodinma is looking for him. He's an Ngwa man. Hope Uzodinma is looking for him. He's hiding somewhere in the zoo, shuttling Kotonu with him and Nasser Dokubo. All of them are the same boat. Now Simon Ekpa is involved. But listen to this man. So he understand what is the attack for. Sit at home, everybody was saying Onyendu to stop. Now Onyendu have made it official through his attorney. China Saworo is attacking Dog and Chike Doziem attacking Brasifa Nyejofo. Simon Ekpa and the brain-drenched condensed milk brains that are following Simon Ekpa, call it they are supporting Martin and all of them are attacking Ejimako, that the message he brought was false. But when Barrister Ejimako, Nnemeka Ejiofor brought message, it wasn't false that DOS is forbidden. He quote, I saw one say his pastor quoting that Onyenu said he are forbidden to respond to Simon Ekpa. How did he get that message? Did he go to DSS to confirm it? It was written by Ejimako, Ejiofor. Nnamdi Ejiofor did not even show us the paper Onyendu to sign for that, but he believed it. Ejimako was the only person I seen that when they threatened Nnamdi Ejiofor, he ran away. I don't blame him. Yeah, but it's a duty. He's signing for it. It's an attorney. Even seriously, someone defends them in the court. They have to have a lawyer. It's a fundamental right. If you cannot afford it, the system will give you one. So you cannot threaten an attorney out of your ignorance. And I think he will be dealing with you. He doesn't owe you anything. All he owes responsibility is his client, which is Onyendu is under duress. Whatever Onyendu asked him to do is what he do. He did not go and verify Nnamdi Ejiofor's 12 commandment that he brought. All of you are sharing it. Somebody was quoting that today. And the same person now is disputing of what Ejimako brought and he didn't brought evidence and back it up with Onyendu. He have not sent anybody to see that all of you are drenched. All of you don't, because all these people are free flap. They have come from IPOB. These are scavengers. Do we move? What am I moving for? I don't need you for anything. Some of them tried in UK here when they started this cabal. I won all of them. Some of them I have their voices in audio. Like I said, any day you talk, my own, I don't gossip. I will show you to the world. You see, it's not a blackmail. I won't shoot first until you shot me. Just like what Simon Ekpa did with Ejimako, he brought his personal conversation. Now he brought the one, but you are begging to see a governor. What for? Yeah. So listen to this, Lieutenant, and you agree with me that all of them now they are disputing now, fighting that Simon Ekpa shouldn't agree. What does it tell you? It tells you all you need to know. These are evil men. These are scavengers. All of them are in this together. Just like when Nelly started, the guidance principle, Madam Oyibo, they planned it from day one before Onyendu was rendition. Two things they wanted was our finance and the radio. The same thing, the script, the same 2015, 16, 17, 18 script. They fell because then deputy leader did not allow them. Listen to this guy for a reason.
International.
you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa. He's doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important. What?
Simon and them no mind them. Don't mind anybody if Nnamdi commissioned Simon on radio, his own voice. Now, why una they carry letter? Una don't turn Eze goes to school. Now letter writing now. Not be Biafra una supposed to declare. Go na the write letter. Say we say both write letter. May they give us how sure are we? And you know be their DOS and the Jimarco and Koda. Why would the Jimarco release his conversation with Simon Ekpa at this point? Why would he release it now?
Everybody know that these deportees in the zoo, these are double agents. Now, this guy now is telling Simon Ekpa no agree. On what grounds? On what grounds? Ejimako is a barrister. Onyendi acted upon Onyendi's instruction. It's written on the paper, verbatim there. But the interest here is that this particular individual, these are the people that were opposing the seat at home. Suddenly, he lives in Abuja, if I'm not mistaken. Now he's telling Simon Ekpa, don't agree that is falsified. And you ask yourself, what is his interest in this whole thing? Hikedoziem and China Sanwo, all of them are shitting on their pants because they are already, the world now knows that lie they've been telling for 2 years, Onyendu have put it in writing. Even though when their so-called trusted one, the Mr. Caro, or whatever they call him, Ejiofo, the criminal himself, came and told them that Onyendu say, put it in writing. Kanu, her secretary, which is what is the girl's name, and Madam Nenya were not people that are part of those that sold him. She doesn't move a muscle because they know what they were doing. You ask yourself, what is the interest of this man in this whole case? To attack Ejimako, a lawyer that doing what his client asked him to do. He lives in Abuja. Oh, these are people that want Mazi Umeh kind of dead. Now he changed because they know their business is going to shut down. The kidnapping going into our land, these are the people doing it with Asari Dokubo. You know, all of them is a gang, this is a syndicate. And the guys that this Mazi Umeh must be released. As your line. Simon Ekpa, from tomorrow, anything you do, what will come to you, you wouldn't even believe it. All this ranting, you're ranting in Finland. If you have balls, what you should be talking about is, okay, I'm coming to the zoo tomorrow to come and meet Onyendu and speak to him directly. Not sitting in Finland and say Onyendu will come and see you. That is, you have shown that you are mentally drenched. You have got no common sense. You don't even think straight. I'm 200% on what I'm saying. But the reason why I play this guy voice is that Asher Okubo is one side, it's sobbing. Chidan Sanwo-Olu and his gang of criminals sobbing. But Ejimako stood his ground based on his ethics of his work because he swore an oath to defend his client without any bias or prejudice. But you can see the criminals in our land. Now, our leader is a spirit. He has spike. And now you can see how they are falling. The enemies now within and the enemy outside now are collaborating together. There is one now giving Simon advice not to agree to disrespect Mazi Umeh. And he's taking it. Tells you all you need to know. Allow him to speak. I will take him off in a minute.
Simon no agree. If Usain Bolt says he doesn't want anymore, then he should say it with his own mouth. He should say it with his own mouth. Then we know he's serious. Not someone just going to know, oh, now they cannot write it. How would they know? Many people, they get handwriting very resemble Incorruptible. Okay? So we are not sure. Meanwhile, it has been proven that these guys are all doing this thing to collect money from governors. Ejimako thinks he's exposing Simon. Meanwhile, he's exposing himself. So you've been in communication with him. And when the going went sour, all of you started shouting, "Oh, Simon, you."
It doesn't make any sense. Ejimako is a special counsel. Even if you fight and kill everybody in Biafra land, you're going to have an interface. Interface is going to be an attorney. And judges are going to judge. When the war in Sierra Leone and Liberia ended, instantly the United Nations set up an inquiry. United Nations court was sitting in Sierra Leone. Now, take the part of what happened, the account of what happened in Sierra Leone and Liberia. Some people don't know. I will tell you the reason why Charles Taylor went to prison is not even because of the crime he committed in Liberia. It was because of what happened in Sierra Leone. His meddling into Sierra Leone was what get Charles Taylor in prison. He wasn't indicted in what happened in his own ground. I'm telling you now for you to understand. Why Charles Taylor went to prison wasn't because of the crime committed in Liberia. It was because of the crime committed in Sierra Leone. That ended his life in prison. So who is going to interface? Governors is going to Soludo, who is interfacing with him? Once Soludo said IPOB was working with me, who was it? He has to be a lawyer. And there's nothing he says there that is any contradicting. Whatever was said, you make it open. Because Simon, first of all, put his freaking message out. And now the man show it because he has nothing to hide. Very, very important. So, but Simon now is the main man. We know your job. Because, God in heaven knows how it works. But like I said, let's listen to this idiot.
You speaking with him then? Now Simon don't carry microphone. We pass on our own. I the shot. President Tinubu. No, if these people don't want to fix their place, leave them. Leave them. Now they spoil and them go see fix them. If they know why eliminate all these their ESN criminals, arrest all the people where they involved. Simon where they call now. Take those munko. Also now munko.
Anyway, it's very good he's mentioning their names. Like I said, all of them are in it together. But for him to be defending, coming out to talk about this issue, tells you all you need. I keep on getting my arm done turn off. So it's quite pathetic that, someone that is off the key now is actually involved. He said, let Mazi Umeh say it with his mouth. This is where Mazi Umeh
Alpha Power Media International.
It's the same Ejimako speaking to Onyendu on this audio. This was in court, 30 seconds. It was public. It is not hidden. There is no other way to Onyendu to speak to you that he don't want peace in Biafra land. Onyendu made it emphatically from day one. He made it open emphatically. From before the sit at home was inception, he said, I don't want sit at home in Biafra land. He is there. Mazi Umeh can come out tonight if you want. All you need to do is say, I'm done. And that's it. All this jump up and down. If you have to be in Mazi Umeh position, you have to go through the process you have gone through. He is the golden egg, not any of us. If you don't listen to him, then you don't have a direction. Now, listen to him. I'm responding to that moron that just spoke because these are agents of provocateur. These are the double agents we have in Biafra land. All these people are working in collaboration. He doesn't even know where he belongs because he's working for the SS. He's starting now about talking rubbish. He was deported from Turkey. These are people that travel from Libya. You see these people that are drinking urine? God in heaven have mercy upon them.
No, not at all. What should I do? It's what we expect to have. But I want our people to be very calm. I want Biafra land to be calm and peaceful. Calm and very, very peaceful. We are fighting to defend our people, not to kill them. Yes. We are fighting to defend them. That's why I'm here. And we'll continue to do so until we get victory.
Biafra Alpha Power International.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to play devil advocate here before I'm going to play Jimako's interview with channels with Horizon TV. China Sanwo-Olu started threatening, and he murdered so many people in Biafra land. Anything happened to Jimako, you're hiding. We know where you're hiding. It's just a matter of time. Continue hiding. Your Hope Uzodinma is looking for you. Of course, you know that. Listen to him.
Our Media International.
All of you used to see it. They come on social media. They will sack Chikedozium. Only we sack Chikedozium. He will sack the DOS. All of you are seeing it. Am I the one saying, is it not all on social media? These are destruction, distracting the struggle, and they are being controlled by government fifth columnists. They don't know what, some of them don't know what they are doing. Some of them knew. Mazi, for 1 year plus, when Onyendu, everybody remembered it. For 1 year plus, when Onyendu was caught, IPOB case, do you understand me? IPOB proscription as a terrorist group in the Nigerian court of law. It was there. Everybody could remember when we fought for this, when we fought for that, fought for this. Please, let peace be there. At the end of the day, which date did they get us for the Ninth Court of Appeal for our case? 16th October. Do they want us to clap for them? Whoever got the case, whoever got that date, do they want us to clap for them? Because most of them left what they're supposed to be doing as legal practitioners. They are interfering in IPOB. That is why the 16th October 2023, and from Monday that they are going to visit Onyendu, any of them that comes and write rubbish, this night IPOB media warriors descend on that particular person and tear him apart. If you finish tearing him apart, I will show you on ground. You come out this night, Mazi. Whether you are IPOB lawyer, whether you are special counsel to Onyendu, I am saying this thing this evening. From Monday, IPOB members, everybody listening. If you see anybody, whether it is Onyendu siblings, whether it is any lawyer, he says he's representing IPOB, he comes outside on social media and writes nonsense that will affect the struggle, every media warrior descend on that person. If we find him on social media, we don't find, we will send ESN on ground to pursue him. Because we send ESN on ground to pursue him. Because we send ESN on ground to pursue him. Because we send ESN on ground to pursue him. Because they are the one causing trouble in.
Now, I want Biafrans to realize that the reason why I play this voice for everybody to listen, China Sanwo-Olu and his gang of criminals, Onyendu never created ESN to go on street and killing people. But yet you can hear here, China Sanwo-Olu threatening our attorneys on our national radio, and including Onyendu's brother, sibling. That is going to send ESN up and at their back and kill them. Kawasa has mean to kill them. For those that don't understand Igbo, he said he will send ESN to eliminate them. It's as simple as ABC. And he have done numerous of that. Chukwu Neche was one of the survivors of China Sanwo-Olu manhunt. They killed Akwarawa Mendy and his men. More than 50, 80 men went down. Nobody's talking about it in Aba today because of what Akwarawa Mendy knows about China Sanwo-Olu. We will remind you when the time is right. But now they have started again. Ejimako is an attorney to Onyendu. And you want to hold him under submission because they know that this man, there's a reason why Onyendu picked him up to be his attorney. Chinasa want to have write so many numerous things about Ejimako in the past. He said the only message they always send to Mazi Nnamdi in detention is Chinasa Nworu this, Chikedozium did that. Sack DOS, I'm waiting. This is the threat words he's been sending. This is some of his write-up. We kept them in a good day. This one here, when you make yourself a tool to destabilize IPOB structure or make appointments for IPOB, be ready for backlash. This is when Ejimako sent a message on Onyendu. When he tweeted this tweet was when he tweeted about Abraham Obonia as national coordinator of Germany. That was Onyendu's order. Today, you're talking to Simon Epa to listen to Onyendu. All of you are in together. Disobedient or flouting of Onyendu's order is Onyendu don't talk about you guys anymore. None of you exist. It don't exist. Like all of you are in the same caliber now. And none of you knows that. None of you can ride on the Mazi Nnamdi's back any longer. You must stand and face that bullet by yourself. So now, we are telling you tonight, our eminent barrister, you are a lawyer, as in a counsel, and must be protected. And anything happening to his family member, like I said, you guys want to declare war. We will hunt each other. Like I said, go and read about Liberia. Some of you are under your phone typing. You don't know what small arm does to a nation. Go and Liberia will tell you what happened in Liberia and Sierra Leone. They were splitting women with pregnancy and drawing the babies out. They were cutting people's hands, long sleeve and short sleeve. This is a live thing that I saw. You people don't understand. Don't start what you cannot finish. Go and sit down somewhere if you don't know what small arms stuff. Take an example from Abanzonia. That's why Acho Ayuba is trying to advise us why these people don't even go to school anymore. For how many years now? He's not in position to tell us what to do. He needs to guide himself and worry about his own leader that have been locked up in the Republic of Cameroon that he has got no vision for. We don't want to go through that part. Now listen to our I'm going to end this program with Ejimako's interview on Arise channel today, which I'm going to be intermediary explaining about it. Very, very important. I'm going to go in depth on his interview that he did today and things he said there. Very important.
International.
Thank you for joining us on Newsnight. Now, let's get something...
Thank you.
Right. Let's get something really straight here. We need some clarity for the purpose of the viewer. Okay. Those enforcing the sit-at-home order till now, who are they loyal to? Who are they answerable to? Are they answerable to Nnamdi Kanu or answerable to ECWA?
Well, I'll speak on what I know as of counsel. That might be limited knowledge. That might be all you need to know, and our viewers tonight. Mazi Nnamdi is the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. There are no two supreme leaders, and at this moment, there is no deputy leader. They have other leaders lower down the hierarchy of supreme leader and deputy leader. So standing on that.
And now I'm going to explain this because some people like China Sanworu jumped, you know, he's mentally deranged. People that want to remain relevant. Exactly what is a learned man. And he understood explicitly the position on IPOB hierarchy. Now, IPOB operate under our code of conduct that is a black and white, which I knew that thing has been made available to him as our attorney, as an international lawyer for that matter. They have studied it and understood what has said there. Chikedozie was never mentioned in our, not even the deputy that was mentioned in our code of conduct. Apparently, Chikedozie signed that particular because the former deputy that couldn't was on his verge of whatever that took over him then. What is said here is that he said, Chikedozie is in administrative level and lower level on the hierarchy. Mazi Nnamdi is a spirit leader, and when he's not there, all you do, because if Chikerezen was passing message the way it's supposed to do, IPOB wouldn't have any infiltrator. They allow Simon to infiltrate IPOB. American women came here. They came here to stabilize all the women in UK. We won. Then after they said they didn't know. They protect people within every zone. It was something they saw. But they want to destroy IPOB within. Today is backlashing to them. And he explaining it here one, because some of them are jumping up what he say. That's what I said. I will explain one after another. I will allow him to go on.
Anybody that acts in the name of IPOB, whether the person acted for good or bad or for the ugly, is often attributed to the head of the organization. And the fish rots from the head. So Nnamdi Kanu is very concerned about this. He never meant for things to go this awry, to go out of control. So your question is quite relevant. So he is trying to separate the apples from the oranges here. So that not when somebody goes out there and say, I'm a disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he levies violence on the general public in the name of sit at home, Nnamdi Kanu gets to take the bad name simply because he's the head of the organization. It's not.
Yes, this is very, very right. Some of the people are saying that Ejimako accepted that the Simon Ekpa's boys are Onyendu is their leader. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is leading 70 million of Biafrans at large, whether you believe on him or not, because majority carries the vote. And what he has said here is the way it's in black and white. And that is the reason why that Onyendu gave this order. Because we know that people are not happy, including myself here. I want our leader to come out today and tomorrow, but we cannot do it without listening to what Onyendu, his own view. Anybody telling you, trying to bring Mandela's issue, we warned about this before, because some people are making a cynical comment. Yeah? We don't need any case study on how Mandela went to prison and came out, because Mandela could not succeed on what he wanted for his people. Mandela subpedo at his part of his journey after 27 years spent in prison. Some of you don't know that Winnie Mandela and Mandela, when he came out, Winnie, they divorced because Winnie stood on the ground on their fundamental core value. They started that particular journey in the first place. And that is what EFF is doing in South Africa today, which is Julius Malema and his group, which just celebrated their 10 years yesterday, which is massive. Go and listen to Winnie Beria, what Malema said that day. But we respect him because, just like our internal leader, because he did something. He paved the way for us. But we can't tell me when Mandela was in prison in Robben Island, when they didn't have any telephone or any internet, that's about letter being seen every 1 month, is different from what we are seeing today. Okay? So anybody saying that, oh, whatever you said, nobody said, but there's a way to go about it. You can't challenge your leader openly. You can't do that. It's unacceptable.
Fair on him. So having considered all this, he needed to provide the clarity you talked about, to separate the apples from the oranges, and the best way he thought he could do that is to end it once and for all, to start from the very beginning and end the process that is causing the issues. And that process or that event or act that is causing all these issues is at home. I met with him on 24th. And he spoke to me along these lines, that he's now left with no option but to take this drastic step.
The question is, yes, indeed. The question is how drastic really is this letter to Simon Ekpa? Is there any chance at all that Nnamdi Kanu may have been put under some kind of pressure, to write this letter, just to secure his own freedom? And from all indication, it looks like Simon Ekpa is a genie out of the bottle. What are the guarantees that this letter will actually rein Simon Ekpa in and his followers?
Well, Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned over 2 years ago. So if he would have succumbed to any kind of pressure from any quarters, from the government or whatnot. This should have happened over 2 years ago. Why now? He's not the kind of a man that succumbs to pressure. If he does, perhaps he should have dropped the allegation by the agitation by now, considering the...
This is a very, very vital point. That's what I said at the beginning of this program. Onyendu can decide, and that's what these people, Simon Ekpa and his group and all these people now, what they are trying to do is to make our leader, he want to come and disobey Mazi Umeh publicly, indirectly, because things you're saying is infathomable. Onyendu have to come and speak to you in Finland. You talk like even a little child will not, even my little boy will not utter this word if I put it in perspective 1 to 10, right? So if Onyendu could have succumbed, he wouldn't have let his 2 parents die. He wouldn't have let them die because of this struggle and forfeit everything he has. He couldn't succumb on the so-called dead Buhari. It is Bola Aswaju that is going to succumb on. Of course not. So for clarity's sake, I want to follow what he's saying.
Travails and the predicament that he has undergone. So there was no pressure of any sort. I was sitting with him. Unless you are suggesting that I pressured him, which I didn't. The topic of our discussion when I met with him on 24th July wasn't this. So it sprang on me as a surprise. I went in there to brief him on legalities, on the status of certain cases that we have around Eastern Nigeria and in the federal capital. So he sprung this at me. So he must have ruminated over it, thought about it before I came into the room to meet with him. So that's number one. Number two is you asked about whether Simon Ekpa will comply. Well, if you read my press release, this announcement should have been made on Simon Ekpa's platforms, media platforms. That was the order. That if you don't make it on your platform, I have authorized Barrister IKECHUKWU to do it as a public announcement. So the order is directed to Simon Ekpa for the limited purpose of announcing on his platform. But the announcement I have made is addressed to the whole world. It's addressed to the whole world in general, and particularly...
That is one thing Simon Ekpa thought he says a lawyer. He thought he's so daft that he don't understand how the international law function. Now, this is very, very, very important what IKECHUKWU have just said. He was given a golden opportunity to let off, but he think he have arrived because he's a double agent. Yeah. Now, and IKECHUKWU is acting upon what his client wanted without no organically. And he passed the same message to him, communicated it 4 days later. Simon Ekpa ignored IKECHUKWU before he had to let this out as Onyendu. Even there was another message that he was proxy, as he put it, to confirm that Onyendu have now activated, since he could not do what I asked him to do 4 days on run, then go ahead and do what I've instructed you to do. It's an instruction from his client, and there's nothing concerns IKECHUKWU on this. It's what Onyendu want, and if you disagree with this, only thing, if Simon Ekpa has a common sense in him, or if that the power has not intoxicated him, or the free money was eating has not entered his brain, what he should have done is say, okay, I've had our leader. Okay, yes, I will do so. Let me go back and speak to Onyendu. But if you want to do other things, you can stick around and do what you're doing, but not come out and be talking rubbish in a hotel room. You commanded. Who are you commanding? Where did you get the power from? Who gave it to you? Yeah.
To people of Southeast and South of Nigeria and followers of IPOB that are legion. So the question should have been whether these followers of IPOB will comply and obey the instruction or order or directions of their extreme leader. So we shall see that as the days unfold from tomorrow.
Okay, we're coming there.
If they don't, what happens then? I mean, if Simon Ekpa's followers don't do the bidding of Nnamdi Kanu, at least based on what he said in the letter, giving that directive, what happens then?
Well, the question you put now, referring to Simon Ekpa's followers, suggests that Simon Ekpa has different followers from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. No, that's a fallacy. Simon Ekpa's followers are Nnamdi Kanu's followers. So anybody following Mazi Simon Ekpa is following him because he believes that.
And this is 110%, because if you see all these disgruntled IPOB member, yeah, these people that is very, very, very docile and basilic. Yeah, the argument is that Nnamdi said, go and listen to Simon Ekpa, but he didn't ask you to go and listen to Biafra, if I will put it that way, right? This is their argument. Before Simon Ekpa, 2020, is it 2020? Is it 2020? When Ekwelummadu was beaten in Nuremberg, Germany, Simon's video is still online, what he said. Simon never believed in Biafra. And within himself, Simon does not believe in Biafra. He can swear, proper swear, he doesn't believe in Biafra. He said it with his own mouth. That is why I never for one day listened to him. Because I take that first word he said. I said, if Simon Ekpa can swear, proper swear that I said, believe in Biafra. He didn't believe in Biafra. Even he said it, that was one audio they brought one time. He didn't believe in Biafra. The guy was catching crews. But in the course of Biafra, he didn't believe it. Because somebody was Igbo leader, one of the Igbo leader in Finland. He cannot talk about Biafra there. Biafra is a spirit. He never had it. That's why even when he talk, because if he had a spirit, he wouldn't question Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He dare not question our leader. Even though you don't want to do what Onnyendu tell you to do. I'll give you an instance. This one they call what is it called? This one that took our server for 7,000. Marabo Ibo. Someone told me when Onnyendu told her to move money, even though they know that the Onnyendu was going to rendition. He said yes to Onnyendu, but she never did it. What makes me know that you're empty is that you have no strategy. You only have one thing to mention Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to get followers and to get money. That's it. But what have you got to offer after we take away Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name? What have you got to offer to Biafrans? Because before people will confide in you, you need to give out something. They're not ready to give any sacrifice. Look at what you're saying. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have to see you in Finland. As who? As who? So he doesn't have a followers. I said it over time. All the IPOB members, that is, people that are dealing with emotion and sentiment, believing that we are doing the right thing, but you are not. Because the people that have the duty care was sold out. Very, very fundamental. Anybody saying Simon Ekpa doesn't have followers. They turns from autopilot to this, that, all these are IPOB members. I've heard of some of them calling me. I heard some members, all of them, this is right. Because of Chike Dozema and Austin and China said, well, that's it. They gave that room. But when they say you need 100 men to restore Biafra, so I didn't care. I'm not calling people on phone to join IPOB. I never forced you to join IPOB. Nobody forced me to join IPOB. But what anybody, you cannot differentiate Simon Ekpa's followers and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu followers. But that's what you want to differentiate now. From tomorrow Monday, anybody shouting behind Simon Ekpa saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, your generation is cursed. Your generation is cursed. Anybody behind Simon say, calling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name, your generation is cursed. Go and remember those people. If Onnyendu curse you, that is the next thing that's going to meet you. Remember the whole zoo, including the dead Buhari, from Abakari, calm down. The man that had Onnyendu in 2015, DSS man, the man died natural death. Some of you don't know what you're playing with. You think it's a joke? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, I'll quote, any day he dreamed betraying Biafra, if Chukwu Kabiyama and not wipe his generation out, he doesn't exist. I want to tell you tonight, I'm saying it emphatically. Simon swear. I'm not talking about coming out with all this Robert. Papa swear. He didn't take oath in IPOB to start with. But the blood of our people now are blindfolded, and that's why he can come out openly playing double agent. What is coming, he wouldn't know. Some of you are ranting behind people. Like I said, once you go Pentecostal church, your brain is damaged. Some idiot will wear tie and suit and talking nonsense, giving you somebody that's telling me that my mother is after me. Something I have tested and know that all All these are 0.5. Anybody that is talking about Pentecost is a pure criminal, a thief. It's what we know the game. Go and get a job, proper job, and stop deceiving people. The same thing you're doing.
Ekpa is following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ekpa calls himself as a disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the memo containing the order, in that very memo, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also used the word disciple. So there is no different followers of Mazi Simon Ekpa, different from those following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So that leaves us at where I was in my previous statement, that this order is directed not to Simon Ekpa. He had a limited role to publish it. He didn't do it. So the responsibility fell on me as of counsel to do so. But the order is beyond him and directed to the general public generally, and of course specifically to members of IPOB that are in the millions. So their leader has spoken, and it's left for them to follow his orders, directions, and instructions.
Just like I said, anybody that counts himself an IPOB member still shouting behind Simon Ekpa says the Onyendu's disciple, he's doing it for Onyendu. Like I said, your generation is cursed. And I'm talking about those that took oath. You know, some of you don't know what this oath is going to do to us. I have said it over time. Our leader is in the DSS dungeon because he took oath. He's not there because he likes suffering for people that doesn't even value whatever he has done for them. He knew from day one. If you're not on that oath, I won't speak to you. He knew what he was doing. He's not stupid. He pays his price. I said, anybody. I've warned you people before. Some of you start contributing money, giving money to people that are using your money to better their own life, telling you that they're doing something on the ground. That is why they have implemented of killing people, kidnapping. That's not what we want in our land. If all of you want kidnapping, buy your ticket. I don't want anybody sitting abroad, sitting here talking about what is sit at home in Biafra land. We have instituted sit at home from 2016, and it is done unilaterally. People agree. People see need. It is something you prepare. You have to have a strategy. Onyendu have called off sit at home numerous times. People spoke to him behind the closed door. He listened to them, even though after they betrayed him. But this is a game we have to play because you need to get consensus of your people. You cannot oppose anything on people. You can't do that. It's impossible. Then you know that the zoo will just sit outside and watch all of us kill ourselves because, like I said, I'm warning you people, go and learn about Sierra Leone and Liberia, what happened there. If you don't know, do not go into something you cannot. I don't know if you live in Finland, I'm joining one cadet in Finland, they think you have arrived. Be careful. Be careful. I have to tell you. People that are warlords, all of them went to training. If you see Asad Okubo shouting today, he was in Libya. You need to be mindful of what you say, what you do. Any of you shouting under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu name, claiming you're happy you'll be member. Because if you are doubting the letter that Ejimako brought, what effort have you made to verify that letter? You have groups. You say you're Biafra in exile. So you couldn't afford to pay a lawyer to go and find out from Onyendu directly in DSS dungeon. And he got the nerve to uttering cabbage. Onyendu will come and see you in Finland. As who? All your generation up there, you useless idiot. As who? Under fire your generation there. You know how many men have died because of this? Do you know what I forfeit because of Biafra? Under fire you. You have been getting, you never contributed nothing in the struggle. You guys came to make money in IPOB. All generation, all of you. Mad people everywhere.
Without looking to left or right. That is what I think should happen. Thank you.
So, in other words, there is this alliance between Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu. What if after this letter, Simon Ekpa now sees it as an opportunity, sees the situation as an opportunity to exert himself and take over the leadership?
I cannot go into his mind. The question is making extreme postulations, which I don't think should form the subject matter of the discussion. I think we are going beyond the brief. I can't go into his mind and try to analyze what he's thinking. It has never come into my reckoning.
One thing you must give to this man is that Barrister Jimako, I don't want to blow his horn. Even Simon Ewa have confirmed it. It is a learned man and with integrity and maintain his professionalism and eloquently guarded. Isn't this how the guy wants to make mess of himself? Because they've been throwing question at him to see. Some of these are playing mind game. But he stood on his profession without matching words. That's one thing you must understand when people speak. You have to watch out. That's why I took Simon Ekpa is empty. Bro, you have no backup. You're just ranting. What you've been ranting on, the horse you've been riding on his back for a long time have told you to back the fuck up. And that's what you need to do.
So I just don't know what to say to that question. I expect him to act in good faith. Let me just say one or few things. Of course, I expect him to act in good faith. He describes himself as a disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that has endeared him to many, or most of, or not if not all, most of the followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There is no demarcation. When he says that he's a disciple of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is to be expected that he should also fall in line when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instructs him to do one or two things, such as this one right now.
Is he
so I don't
aware?
expect him to act differently. Yes. That he felt.
Isn't Nnamdi Kanu been briefed? Has he been briefed about the Senate's rejection of, the motion to release him from detention? And is there a sense that Southeast governors are doing enough to, get him to be freed, or at least be allowed?
I don't know what's going on with this.
His unconditional release, I think it was implicit in the order he issued, which I published today, that there is a sense in him that the Southeast governors or political leaders are doing something. Because he did say in his own handwriting that people are not in position to know, people who are imposing sit at home or insisting on it are not in position to know what the Southeast leaders are doing for him. When it was read out, when I had my voice being played back, that segment was covered. I spoke about it. And if you are looking at the handwritten notes, you see a reference to Southeast leaders doing something for him, and that people who are not in position, who are not in the know, are antagonizing Southeast leaders, and he does not like it. So that indicates to me that he has some sort of confidence or a bit of a reckoning that side.
I think I have got network issues here. I don't know exactly why it is having intermittency. Anyway, this audio is out there. A lot of people have listened to it. What I'm gonna do, the audio is we're gonna post it on our page. It's going to be on Biafra Radio page as well. So for Power Media, UK Media, we're gonna post it there. So like I said, fellow comrades and lovers of freedom, Biafrans in general. The video that Simon made today was a threat to Biafrans. Onyendu have suspended any shape or form of sit at home. If there's any need for sit at home, that shall be communicated and it shall be done the way we normally do it, based on not forcing sit at home in the necessity of kill our people. You're projecting 2 weeks sit at home and you getting palliative on how many people are you giving palliative? Do you know how much it costs people to feed their families? You know, when people are making assertions, it's quite pathetic. You're talking things you know that you cannot do. You don't have the capacity of doing that. Government could even provide palliative during the COVID. It's you. It's you that will provide palliative in people. How many villages are you going to provide palliative to sit back on for 2 weeks? For what? Yeah. Everything you do, there's a strategy. You have to have a strategy. And now that's only to have tested your to see your ability to reason and think. If that you actually have anything upset, I don't think you have one. I'm saying all this because you challenge Onyendu openly. And once you challenge Mazi Umeh, you will become nothing. Like Ejimako, our Eminem Special Counsel, said it here. This message was meant for you to communicate to Biafrans through your platform. He declined it. But he was addressing the world and Biafran at large, and specifically IPOB members to abide on it. So as you as an IPOB member advocating for sit at home, on what ground, on whom? Onyendu say, it's like you want to give me something, I say I don't want it. Are you going to force it into me? What Mbad did in Enugu State, killing our people, is the same thing you guys have been doing over this month. We take it that our people are angry. But now, the leader, the supreme leader said, enough is enough for now. If you don't abide on it, that means you are not working for Onyendu. And as you can see, I've played a lot of audio here to buttress that. Fellow comrades and lovers of freedom, Onyendu warned you, Simon Ekpa, do not allow the devil to take over you. And as I can see, the devil is in you already. But one thing I must tell you is that Biafran people is not people you oppose yourself to, because we are self-made people. We are entrepreneurs. People feed themselves. We don't determine how family is going to, deal with our own families. That's why we want to come out of Nigeria. We want to live in a free world. In Finland, nobody mandates you to sit back in your house. You don't have that power. You don't. Nobody elects you into any office. And you have not been chosen. The high horse you are riding have told you to back the fuck up. I'll use that word. And you must do that. And I'm telling Biafrans, I'm telling everybody, tell your family members, because if you guys start killing people, it's going to go everywhere. That's something you must understand. You don't have anything. You declare war where you don't have, I don't think you claiming you don't even have common anti-aircraft. Anti-aircraft is not jet fight. You don't have missiles against jet. So you need to be very careful. Can't be talking rubbish in your own comfort zone. Think is how people prepare to go to war. Hell no. Thank you every single one of you for listening to my voice this evening. And this broadcast is going to be broadcast because I want it to go viral. Ejimako is our special counsel, is a barrister. There is no intimidation that will make him to succumb. He's working. That's what he has sworn on oath to do. All the both of you, Kina Sanworu and Chike Doziem and all this gang of criminals, all the guys are attacking him because the truth is out there. None of you can deal with it. Question I'm asking every one of you that still have your sense complete. If you accept the letter from Nnamdi Ejiofor with his first audio when they start to initiate 5-day sit at home Onyendu Council with his voice, they couldn't go anywhere with it. Then he accepted that letter that says that DOS is forbidden to listen to Simon, to respond to Simon Ekpa. Then why are you now questioning this one that have evidence that back it up? That tells me that all of you are chasing shadows. Anything you do is not for the name of Mazi Umeh. I thank you, all of you, for listening to me. My name is Mazi Umeh. Good evening, London. There one more chineke.
Onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya. Onye duru ndị ya n'ụzọ ije si ebe niile dị iche iche ma ala Biafra. Anyị na-enye gị otuto, anyị na-enye gị nsọpụrụ, anyị na-enye gị njem. N'ihi ihe gbasara IPOB zuru ụwa niile oke. Onwe ebe ọbụla ị gara ga ahụ IPOB. ụmụnne m n'ime nzọpụta na nwere onwe Biafra. Anyị ji ofu obi were ịhụnanya were mmekọta nwanne na nwanne wee na-aga ije ihe na-asị na ọ bụghị mmadụ dị ndụ mana ọ bụ isi obi abịa. Anyị na-asị na Biafra ka kapịta nke anyị ise ọ bụ ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ nwa mmadụ nwekwara nwa mmadụ ha anyị na-ekwu ọ ga-adịrị Biafra na mma ise ihe Chineke nna nke pụrụ ime onye obi ya nwa na onwe ya kere anyanwụ ka anyị na-edewa n'ime mmụọ na eziokwu sozi nwere onwe Biafra.
Anybody I curse is cursed. Once I condemn you, you're finished. Ask the Sabu, those that tried to take over power when I was in prison, because I valued them, thought they were doing what we all swore to do. As soon as I went into prison, they started to connive to take over power. Where are they today? Because I cursed them.
So what is this? What you like? What you like is in public. What stupid country is that? What stupid country is that? I'm killing my people. I am killing IPOB. They are killing my people. After killing my people, you tell you to name the secret. The person is mad. Completely mad. Tell me, that's what I said. That he is mad. He cannot tell me. He cannot tell me.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing. I need them to understand this. We've crossed the Rubicon, the point of no return. There is nothing anybody can do. Biafra will come.
Biafra Alpha Power Media International. Biafra Alpha Power Media International.